Hi, students. So today's lesson is going to talk about where are you from? Where are you from? All right, so up here, right, we can ask, where are you from? All right, remember, I, you, he, she, they, we, right? We can say, where are you from? Right? So we're going to use this to express nationalities, right? To express the country you are from. So this may not be ethnic groups that you participate in. Sometimes nationalities and ethnic groups mix a little bit, but this is just going to be about talking about what country you are from, your nationality, right? Okay, so we have this person, right? There's a woman standing, pointing to a map. And she says, my name is Sarah. And she says, I'm from Cuba, right? So Cuba is a country, right? So let me ask you, what is her name? Her name is Sarah, right? So that's what we would write, right? We can say, oh, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so we can say that her name is Sarah. So we can say, what's her name? Her name is Sarah, S-A-R-A. Right, her name is Sarah. Where is she from? To answer, we say she is from Cuba. Right? She is from Cuba. Okay, so we answered those questions. Let's keep going. Okay. Now we can ask other people. We can practice asking other people. What's your name? Where are you from? Yeah. So let's practice, right? I'm going to say, what's your name? Where are you from? Yeah. You can ask me, practice asking, what's your name? You say, what's your name? Where are you from? So let's say it again together. Okay. What's your name? Where are you from? Yeah. What's your name? Where are you from? Again, what's your name? Where are you from? Right? I'll say it again. What's your name? Where are you from? Right? And we can say, my name, right? What's your name? My name is Allison. Where are you from? I am from the United States, right? I am from the United States. So practice with you, right? Where are you from? What's your name? Now we can go through and say, well, what's his name? What's her name? What's their name? Where's he from? Where's she from? Where are they from? Right? So we can use that to say, where's he from? Where's she from? Where are they from? What's her name? What's their name? What's his name? Right? So we use he, his, or they, right? And when you're talking about possessive, something that belongs to them, what's his name? He, his. What's her name? She, her. What's their name? They, their, right? Okay. Now, this next part will go down to the bottom, and it says, practice the conversations, use the information to make new conversations. So this is just to talk about, where is, this says, where is Sarah from? We're not going to go and look at that exercise. But we can ask, well, where is Lupe from? Right? You can ask people around you, right? Maybe at work, you could say, where is Sarah from? And you could say, oh, well, she is from the United States. You could say, where is Maria from? And somebody could say, oh, she's from Colombia. Yeah. But what you can ask, a good way to ask this, rather than saying, oh, where are you from? Because that can be kind of confusing. Well, I mean, I was born in this country, but I moved to a different country and all of this stuff. Yeah. So like, where are you from? We can ask, what's her birthplace? What's her birthplace? What's his birthplace? What's their birthplace? Birthplace is where you were born, where you were a baby. Yeah. So I was born in the United States, right? Some people may have been born in Congo, right? They could have been born in Congo and then moved to a refugee camp, right? In another country. Or a lot of people, right, were born in Syria, yeah? And they had to move to another country, right? But they were born in Syria. So where you are from, what's your birthplace? What's your birthplace means, where were you born? Right? So if somebody says, well, where are you from? It usually means, where did you live the most, the longest time? But if someone asks, what is your birthplace? It's where you were born, where you were a baby. Okay, so we'll move on. So the way we can talk about this in the present, the simple present, is I live, right? So somebody also could ask you, well, where are you from? And you could just say, well, I live in Salt Lake City, or I live in West Jordan. I live in Murray, right? You can talk about those places, right? I live in Los Angeles. He lives in Chicago. She lives in California, right? She lives in San Diego, right? So when you say, I live, I am from, it doesn't always have to be where you were born or where you lived outside of the US, right? We can just say, I, he, she, they, we. So we can say, I live in, where do we live? You can say, I live in Salt Lake City. I live in West Valley. I live in Draper. But if you use he or she, you put an S on the end. He lives in, right? He lives in Chicago. He lives in, you can also say a state. He lives in Washington or another country. My daughter, she lives in Lebanon. Yeah. We can say, all right, he, she lives in Ethiopia, right? Okay, now it says complete the sentences. So it says, Sarah is from Cuba. She lives in Irvine. It's a place in California. Irvine, California. But we can also say, they live in Salt Lake City. So we can practice saying that too. So this one is talking about where all these people are from, which is from the past exercise. Try doing this with people in your house, people at your work, right? You use the name first, right? You can say their name. So you can say Allison, that's me. Allison is from, and then you can say the United States. She lives in Salt Lake City. My roommate, Sarah, is from Cuba. She lives in Salt Lake City, right? So it does not say that on this screen, but this is how you can practice it for you, right? So you want to kind of practice this kind of conversation saying, hi, where are you from? And someone saying, I'm from, and then the country you're from, your birthplace. I'm from Cuba. I'm from Colombia. I'm from Syria. I'm from Ethiopia. Where do you live? Right? It means, where do you live now? And you can either say, well, I live in Salt Lake City, or if somebody's asking you in Salt Lake City, if they say, oh, where do you live? They want to know the streets where you live. So you could say, I live on West Temple, and I live on West Temple and 3300 South, right? So you can give that like the streets you live on. I live on 200 South, 600 East. You could say that as an address, right? So when they say, where do you live? They want your address, where you live, the area, or you could say the area too. Like, where do you live? Oh, I live in Rose Park. Where do you live? I live in West Jordan, right? So you could give a city. Now it says, ask 4 classmates and make a new conversation and complete the table. So what I want you to do is try and do this on your own, right? Whether you are just speaking it, that's okay. Or if you want to write it down, that works too. So you want to start by saying, hi, and then you can put in their name. Hi, Mary, where are you from? And you wait to hear what they say. They tell you where they're from. And then you can say, where do you live? Right. And then the person can say, well, I live in Draper. I live in Taylorsville, right? I live in Ogden. Maybe you live in Ogden, right? So you can say, I live in. So what you want to write is name. What's your name? Birthplace. Where are you from? Right? Current city. Where do you live? Current means happening now. Birthplace is where are you from? So you want to make 3 columns, right? 1 to write their name, 1 to write their birthplace, and 1 to write their current city. And remember that we ask, where are you from for somebody's birthplace? Or you can say, what is your birthplace, right? Where were you born? And if you want to know where they live now, you say, where do you live? Where do you live in Salt Lake City? Or you meet someone new, you say, hi, what's your name? Where are you from? And they say, oh, I am from Colorado. And you can ask, oh, where do you live in Colorado? And they say, oh, I live in Denver. Yeah. So this is how we ask about, where are you from? Where is your birthplace? Where do you live now, right? What is your name, right? So we can ask that. So try practicing asking this, asking coworkers, asking people in your house, maybe practice with someone that knows English, but also speaks your language, right? So you can say, hey, I'm going to practice this. Can you help me? Hi, my name is Allison. Where are you from? What is your name? What is your birthplace? Where do you live now? Right? Okay, that's it for today, and I will see you